Now, most joke bands, or bands that really don't take themselves too seriously, kind of follow a simple formula. They either know that they suck and just don't care, either that or they just blatantly don't try. Now, there is one band out there that thinks that they're geniuses, but are also sort of like a joke band, and they know that they definitely don't suck, not to mention they have the music to really back it up. Now, a lot of you might be thinking that I'm going to say Tenacious D. No, absolutely not. The band I'm actually thinking about is CROTCHDUSTER. Now, in the early 2000s, CROTCHDUSTER released an album entitled Big Fat Box of Shit, and really the title alone makes you think that this is going to be something that's going to be, well, pretty awful. But once you listen to the album, you notice that, yes, there is a lot of comedy laced within. In fact, this is definitely an album that's based around the whole idea of making these situations and these songs hilarious. However, the other thing that you notice is that they're incredible musicians. Yeah, it's not something where these are just simple little songs, such as what Anal Cunt would do, or what Tenacious D does, in order to really make the joke very known to you. Instead, they infuse the jokes kind of subliminally, or they put it in their lyrics that, well, some of them just don't make sense. Now, if you've been in my blog TV, you know that I've played CROTCHDUSTER a couple times, so you kind of know who they are and what they're capable of doing. However, for those of you who have not gotten to witness this, this is one of those bands that Cover Killer is going to give his seal of approval to and tell you that you definitely need to check out. Now, what are some things that kind of happen that really solidify this band as one hell of a joke band? Well, for one, they're able to use multiple styles. Whenever we think of multiple styles, we think about bands such as Arsonist, Get All the Girls, Between the Buried and Me, and so forth. However, this is a band that kind of does every single style really known to man, whether it be in the metal department or the alternative department. They really just blend a lot of things together. Not to mention, it's not just the musical style that they really differ in. They also try different vocal styles. They try the high screams from Slayer's Rain and Blood. They try to sound like James Hetfield or Eiffel 65. And just the thought of me about, to say that made me laugh. And this is an album that has absolutely exceptional songcraft. And like those bands that I mentioned before, you're Between the Buried and Me's and Arsonists Get All the Girls, just like them, they're able to blend their musical ideas together very nicely and make the whole thing flow at an incredible rate. However, there are two standout tracks that I would really like to speak with you guys about before I leave you to go check it out for yourself. And the two tracks are actually one that's, well, kind of in the middle of the disc, and one that's right at the very end. The song Mammal Sauce is track number 4 on the album, and this is probably what I would call one of the most accessible songs. Definitely a good gateway drug into this band. It sort of has a little bit of a funny introduction where two guys are talking about how they need to get some mammal sauce from CROTCHDUSTER. Look at CROTCHDUSTER. Them are some weird motherfuckers. It's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. And not to mention, you can hear the vocal styling and the clash and the differences within the very song itself, going into a very, very deep kind of death metal / grindcore type growl, only to move into clean vocals. I would actually simulate this, however, it's better that you experience, first off, for yourself, and two, it's better off that I don't butcher it. The end of the song is also another place where it really, really shines, considering they sing the chorus in multiple styles. They're able to do it, like I said, as James Hetfield, they do it as Eiffel 65, and then they do it as a really kind of like an opera. It's very unique, it's very cool, it's very funny. The only other band that I've known that has tried this was actually the band Hoobastank, with their song Crawling in the Dark. And to be honest, it wasn't something that appeared on their album. It was something that they did live in Studio X from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They blended together two different styles, like Freddie Mercury and James Hetfield, while singing the chorus. It was just something fun that they decided to do, but obviously would never release. CROTCHDUSTER releases it. The second track that I would highly recommend is the epic finale of this particular album, entitled Crotch Opus. This is a song that is more than just a song. This is a song that kind of makes fun of a couple of different bands, such as Korn, and also has the lead singer from Obituary mocking himself. Yeah, Yeah, it's one of those things where the first time you listen to it, you just figure, wow. After hearing them manipulate so many different vocalists, this one sounds the best. Almost like this is the one they worked the hardest on. Well, the reason why it sounded so damn good is because, well, it is him. He came in and laid down the vocal track for that particular part of the song. And not to mention, whenever you listen to the guitar work, it's almost like they just switched bands, like your CD player magically switched over from Crotch Duster to Obituary. However, the real essence of this particular track is the last 8 minutes of the song, where they read fan mail. Yeah, they read fan mail, and it is hilarious. It is absolutely classic. It is absolutely stunning. If you don't laugh after listening to this particular track, you have no hope. If you listen to Tenacious D and Mindless Self-Indulgence, and you don't laugh at Crotch Duster, you really don't know what joke bands are all about, or don't really have taste. Basically, if I were to compare Crotch Duster to anything or anybody, I would call them Mindless Self-Indulgence, only with actual talent. Yeah, I said it. Why? Because whenever I listen to MSI, yeah, the stuff can be kind of funny and quirky, and the musicianship is okay. However, whenever it comes to just being the downright better band, Crotch Duster wins by a landslide. So anyways, guys, Big Fat Box of Shit is the name of the album. I would classify this as a joke band. However, if I were to classify it in any sort of metal, it would be exceptionally experimental metal or crotch metal. I'll call it crotch metal. So check out Big Fat Box of Shit by Crotch Duster. I'm sure you can find some videos on YouTube. And sit back and just enjoy the laughs, guys.